Hey guys, what's up? I'm over here at work. I had a small break, about 15 minutes, so I'll just do a quick video just so I can say something. Now, the topic is going on a month old, but I saw the topic on Rebbeca, and a lot of people were talking about her being a loli. Well, I thought it was interesting. I was reading all the different videos and topics on it, and you know, the creator of Cyberpunk, Edgerunners, is Studio Triggers, which is a Japanese company, and I found it interesting when I was hearing all the comments. Now, I've been to Japan. Back in the early 2000s, I had a whole different job, and I have a lot of Japanese friends now who still keep in contact. But I saw this when I was in Japan. I saw this also when I visited Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. If you haven't traveled, you would have, in these areas in Southeast or East Asia, you wouldn't have seen it. So I don't really care what people's opinion are if they haven't been there, because only two people are going to disagree with me. The people who've never been there, or the people who are just eager to have a rebuttal and just want to argue and say, no, that's not true. So I don't really care about those two groups of people. But the job that I had at that time, when I was able to be over in Japan and be in Indonesia and Malaysia at that time, I saw something very interesting. And for those of you who've been there, know exactly what I'm talking about. When you go over there, you'll actually see a lot of 20, 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, and maybe even a couple of 23, 24-year-olds who still look like they're 15 or 16. Now, when I was over there, I was thinking they was all kids, but then when they were able to legally prove their age and prove that they were, older adults, well, not really older, but, young adults, I was like, this is... Because you just don't see that here in the States, maybe the food, maybe the genetics, or maybe because over here we're eating so much food with steroids that, we just basically get bigger and look older ahead of everybody else. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just genetics over there, or maybe it's the combination of the food genetics, I have no idea. But in those parts of the world, there are a lot of people who are 20, 21, like I said, 22, maybe 23, 24-year-olds who can pass for still 15 and 16. And they made a lot of sense, because if you've been to Japan, you've seen that. If you've been to Indonesia, you've seen that. If you've been to Malaysia, you've seen that. I don't know about the Philippines, so I can't really say anything, even though I did visit the Philippines one time for about a week, but it wasn't really long enough for me to really to know that. But I spent enough time in Japan, Indonesia, and Malaysia to where I actually saw that. So there's definitely a lot of people in that part of the world who are adults who look like they're that age. So when Studio Trigger said that she's 20 years old, I was like, you know what, that actually does make sense, because I've physically been over there. Now, if you don't know what a loli is, I'm assuming the people that know who are having moral qualms about it, I'm assuming they know. But for those of you who don't know, a loli is a anime character, a underage anime character who's portrayed in, let's just say, adult situations, and that's the just cleanest way I can put it. But since they brought out that Rebbeca is actually in her 20s, she technically wouldn't be a loli. She just fit the description of the younger girls, the younger adults who just don't have like these really big developed bodies. That's about it. So I just thought it was interesting. Now, if no one has ever been over there and traveled in that area and seen it, then they're not going to believe there's people that actually look like that are adults. They're just not going to believe it. Or they just want to come over and say, no, you're just lying. But there's going to be people that are doing that, so I'm not really worried about those people, like I said. So I just wanted to just bring that out just to see what people's point of view on. Now, if you traveled over there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, oh, by the way, and also here is the second part of the video, the reason why I'm doing this. Now, as you see over here, I'm driving around, you saw me pick the car up, you saw me look at the hood, that was just a weird glitch, no engine in the hood. But we know Rebbeca does not have a car. We know she does not have a car in Edgerunners. But I was thinking to myself, this car is the exact same color that the colors that Rebbeca sports in the anime. And I never saw the car in this color before Edgerunners came out. Now, I'm not saying it's never been there, I just never saw it. So I was just driving around, I was like, I wonder if Rebbeca had a car. Well, we know she did not have a car, but I just thought it was just interesting. So I just just took it around, drove it. I actually didn't steal it in the game because when I was walking by, as you saw in the video, I was just walking by and it was just parked there. So I was like, okay, Rebecca, I'm gonna have your car and I'm just gonna drive around Night City for a little bit with it. But I don't have too much longer because I gotta clock in from break. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later, and everybody have a great week.